How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping another video. Right, guys, this video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be on two prison officers being cleared of assaulting a prisoner at Strangeways here in Manchester. Obviously, Strangeways, or HMP Manchester as it's officially known, it's still known as Strangeways or the Ways locally. It's a multi-category prison. It is a high security prison. Maximum security prison, Cat A prison, but it doesn't house, it only houses actually 40 Cat A prisoners. Everyone else Cat B, Cat C. People that, it's just a local jail, guys, right? Full of Scousers, because obviously Alt Course and Walton, they often lock out, so you've got a lot of Scousers in Manchester prison, Strangeways, Forest Bank, things like that. Right, so two prison officers, guys, today, Thomas Woodhume and William Henderson have both been found not guilty of assaulting a prisoner by the name of Nigel Halfacre. Nigel Halfacre was an inmate on B Wing. He'd been sent to, he'd been shipped to Strangeways because he got 16 weeks added to his sentence, right, for potting a female screw in Alt Course prison. Alt Course is in Liverpool. It's in Her Majesty's prison. I don't like HMP screws, guys, right? I've been in private prisons and I've been in Strangeways. This is actually a Strangeways t-shirt, actually. You get about on a wing and stuff. So yeah, so he's been shipped there after Nigel Halfacre got 16 weeks added to his sentence for potting. For those that don't know, potting, piss and shit in a bucket or a cup or a container, whatever he can get hold of, and throw it in the face of the prison officer, right? Now, Nigel Halfacre was the same thing played out in Strangeways. The reason he was assaulted, allegedly, was because, well, he admitted by his own word that whilst on B Wing, he was offered £100 worth of spice to pot an officer on the wing. Now, I'll tell you how it works, right? So, obviously, you've got people that have got the drug in prison, right? Dealers, yeah? Now, the dealers might have an issue with the dealer might have had a certain issue with a certain screw, right? So he'd say to this Nigel Halfacre, listen, kiddo, I'll give you a ton's worth of spice if you go and pot, swill, shit parcel, whatever you want to call it, right, this particular screw, right? So he's gone to do it, right, and apparently he refused to put the container down, and a screw, one of these two screws, kicked him in the back of the knee, and then he was set up on. Right, now, they've been found not guilty. Right now, if I was in that position, right, obviously I stick up for prisoners, guys. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no screw boy, far from it. I fight for prisoners. I speak up for prisoners. Right? If someone tried to do that to me, I'd want to knock 10 shades of shit out of them. Right? Excuse the pun, but I would. So this kid was under the influence of spice. Right? Now, I don't know how much I believe of that, because people that are under the influence of spice and stuff, they fall into catatonic states and they become quite out of it and stuff, withdrawn, but he might have been coming down off the drug. Anyway, he's had this container, tried it with piss and shit in, faeces, piss, whatever you want to call it, and was going to swill him. They booted him in the back of the knee. He's then gone down and they've ended up assaulting him. Now, one of these prison officers, right, one of them was an ex-Navy guy. He'd been in the Royal Navy as a submariner, and the other guy he'd done security for celebrities. He was a former professional rugby player, so you can imagine how big Bill he is. He was a bouncer and he'd done security for celebs, right? So, and like I say, the thing is, I've seen bad things. When I was in Strangeways, guys, I've seen mob rule. I've seen screws get everyone behind the door and then they filled in a lad. Because they can't fill them in front of you. Why is that? Because obviously that's called witnesses, and prisoners stick together, especially when it's a lot of prisoners' attitude is on us versus them mentality. And like I say, so if a prison officer assaulted a lad in front of other prisoners, all them prisoners would come together and they'd stick statements in and stuff, because they wouldn't normally stick statements in because we don't speak to the police or whatever. But if we was asked by the hierarchy within the prison, we'd stick up for the prisoner, because obviously we're not about watching a prisoner get kicked in. But like I said, they put you behind your door so you can't see this. Anyway, guys, I feel sorry for the guy, this Nigel Halfacre, right? Yes, he's addicted to spice, obviously. he's been given a kick in, but he was promised £100 worth of spice if he carried it out. Now, like I said, he's already carried it out to a female screw, which is bad enough because I don't think that women should be targeted. But some prisoners don't see men and women, they just see the uniform. And because they're pissed off at the system and the conditions and treatment and long periods behind your door and stuff, right? They just attack the uniform. They don't see men or women, they just attack the uniform, right? Because they can't get to the system. Prison officers do a very difficult job, guys. I don't condone kicking the shit out of a prisoner. They've walked free today from court. Both prison officers were apparently crying in the dock and moved into tears and stuff because they was like. But the facts are, if you don't go over the top and if you don't kick the shit out of people, right, that won't happen, will it? The CCTV guys, the prison, the security within the prison. They've got body cameras and stuff, right? These things go missing, the footage gets deleted, security turn a blind eye. It's all wrong, guys. But at the end of the day, someone that's obviously an addict, addicted to spice, who's obviously, when you're addicted to spice, guys, right? I don't do drugs, but I've seen people in prison that would steal from their own mother to get this drug, right? So obviously, this guy's been offered money to ship parcel or to pot a screw, and he's gone to do it, and he's ended up getting twisted up, getting kicked the fuck out of, and he's not got any spice because of it. Now, like I say, spice horrific. I don't want anyone doing drugs, but he's addicted, guys, right? So I feel he's vulnerable because anyone says to him, look, I'll give you money to do this, I'll give you money to do that, right? They'll do it. And the prisoner that's ordered this potting to be carried out on these screws, right, or this particular screw, right, he's obviously got a problem with the screw, but he doesn't want to act himself. And money talks, or spice talks in prison, because drugs are obviously currency and stuff. So, and the big business. So he's obviously said to this kid, look, you're addicted, I'll give you the ton's worth, you go after it, do what you need to do. You do it, I'll give you the drug. Dangled the carrot, kids took it, gone to thingy, got filled in because of it. And like I say, this all happened on B-Wing, guys, in the prison. Now, B-Wing, when I was there, B-Wing was the drug-free wing, right? But obviously it's not a drug-free wing because this guy's on spice and stuff. But you've got people on the smoking wing, you've got non-smoking wings, which are fucking people smoke on. You've got drug-free wings, you've got detox wings that have got more drugs than fucking other wings. It's mental. Now, this Nigel Halfacre, right? Yes, like I said, he's got history because he potted this female screw in Alt Course prison. That's why they shipped him out, because they just passed the buck. And like I say, these two prison officers today have been crying and stuff in court because they're moved and everything. But like I said, big lads, right? And there'll be more than two of them, right, that were involved and stuff, right, because they twist them up. Them two have gone over the top. Them two have ended up in the shit. And then they've been cleared, guys. The system wipes its own ass, guys. It's as simple as that. Prison officers, when I went to Forest Bank, guys, private prison run by Sodexo Justice Services, can't speak highly enough of the prison officers. Strange ways, nothing positive to say at all. I've done interviews outside that prison. The prison officers know who I am. And if I ever went back to that prison, I'd be targeted by the prison officers, in my personal opinion. Luckily, I've been to Forest Bank since. But yeah, guys, like I say, he's been offered the money to do the potting. He's gone to carry it out. He's been fucked up because of it. And like I say, these are big lads that are getting involved and stuff. And that these prison officers, if I was in the prison officer's shoes, would I want to fill somebody in that had tried to pot me, swill me? Absolutely, yeah. But you can't do it, can you? And when you're mob-handed and there's a couple of you, right, that makes it even worse and stuff. Like I said, he'd been a bouncer, he'd done security for celebrities, right, one of them. The other guy was a former submariner and stuff. One of them started, the guy that was like rugby player, professional rugby player, then he was a bouncer, did security for celebrities. He started out in Havrig, up in Cumbria and stuff, which is I've never been in Havrig, but I know a lot of people that have, and apparently it's fucking lawless, that prison. Right, guys, I'm going to leave this video here, guys. It's not a 15-minute thing, it's just it's under 10 minutes, guys. But like I say, these two prison officers have been cleared. System wipes its own ass, in my opinion. But if they have nearly been potted by him, I don't blame them to an extent. But obviously, excessive force is illegal, and that's why they found themselves charged by the police and in court. But like I say, they've now been found not guilty by a jury. and they'll go back to the prison. And I hope they've learned. I hope they learn from the mistakes and they don't carry out this sort of like heavy-handed bully sort of tactics again. But at the same time, Nigel Halfacre, I hope he comes off the spice and doesn't get tempted to go back and do it again in another prison and swill somebody else or pot somebody else. But again, it's the drug, and if you've got a loose cannon that won't give a fuck and will do whatever you tell him to do, because he's vulnerable, because he's an addict, right? He's being exploited. The drug dealers are saying, look, you go and do it, and I'll give you the money. And because he's not fully carried it out, he won't get any money. He won't get any drugs, will he? Simple. Sad state of affairs, guys. Addiction's a huge problem within prison. Don't like bully prison officers. Stick up for prisoners. Fight for prisoners' rights. Speak up for prisoners and prisoners' families. And I've even spoken up for prison officers. I don't like H&P staff, guys. Never have, never will. There was actually a guy that I used to do the doors with over in Yorkshire. And he's going to be doing his training in Manchester. And he's going to be working in Doncaster, Leeds and Wakefield. And he's actually a great guy and stuff. He was a bouncer. Then he started I think he started working in a funeral home and stuff as a funeral director. And now he's going into the prison. Well, in prison, he'll be dealing with death and stuff like that. Suicide attempts, death, overdoses, people falling into catatonic states off spice, self-harm, suicides, it's all there, innit? Right, guys, I'm going to leave this video here, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Love yous all. My tea's in the oven. It smells amazing. Have a great night, whatever you're doing, guys. Stay safe. If you got any videos you want me to do, drop a comment section in the comment section. Drop a comment in the comment section below even. The story that I'm referring to is in the description below. Feel free to browse it at your own leisure. And I'll speak to you all soon, guys. Cody out. Bye.